I'll be reading you the poem Eldorado by Edgar Allan Poe. Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long, singing a song, in search of Eldorado. But he grew old, this knight so bold, and o'er his heart a shadow fell as he found no spot of ground that looked like Eldorado. And as his strength failed him at length, he met a pilgrim shadow. Shadow, said he, where can it be, this land of Eldorado? Over the mountains of the moon, down the valley of the shadow. Ride, boldly ride, the shadow replied, if you seek for Eldorado. According to legend, Eldorado is known as the city of gold and unimaginable wealth. This legend carries a rumor of mystical city hiding somewhere in South America that sparked a number of quests among the Spanish conquistadors of the 16th century. Poe indirectly alludes to this history of Eldorado in his poem by referencing its famous inaccessibility. The first stanza describes a gallant knight who is gaily bedight, and in the high point of optimistic youth, as he believes unswervingly that Eldorado exists and that he will eventually locate the city. The second stanza is less bright in tone, and as the knight moves on and is now older in age, as he begins to suspect that he will never achieve his life's goal dream, which is finding Eldorado. The next stanza then leads us to the image of his deathbed, as he asks the pilgrim shadow for advice in finding the land of Eldorado. And finally, the last stanza moves from life into death, showing the importance of completing the human life cycle, while the shadow advises that the knight continue his quest into his death. In this poem, there are many examples of foreshadowing, such as in Sunshine and Shadow, which helps establish the main point of the poem, between shadow, which is later personified as characteristic of death, and Eldorado, which is associated with light. The two words and ideas interact throughout the play, and by the end of the poem, they combine as directions of the pilgrim's shadow, a phrase that further highlights the connection between the knight's wanderings and his life throughout his death.